Hello, look, thank you so much for clicking and watching this. I know you understand, but it's important for me that you know that I appreciate you 1001%. Thank you. Now, this is for those who want and who can do more. You have options in the description below. May I suggest that you join our membership program? Check out the perks. It's the easiest way to support the channel and the most financially effective way to support the channel. Pick the one that fits you best. If you cannot find the options that you like, then you can simply donate to the channel's Buy Me a Coffee page. But regardless of how you spend it, by you watching from start to finish, liking, subscribing, commenting, interacting with the video pushes the algorithm forward and helps me out a ton as well. So don't minimize how important your viewership is. Thank you. As one of the membership perk, I can give you a shout out. And so therefore, Mary Garcia, hey girl, hey. And as usual, you know, I see all of you impactors. I see you all. So I see you. Thank you. Okay, look, Murdaugh was found guilty. Please, that jury deliberated in 3 hours. Listen, yesterday we all got the news and I was like, okay, put my dress on. It's not a dress, come on. Put my dress on, wear my hat, and hurry up downstairs and make a video. So here I am, without a dress and no hat, making a video. Look, let's talk about this, all right? For those who are new here, I am Alistair Hanzekyo, and this is my point of view. Let's go. Okay, let's relive this moment for those who haven't. Let's go.
Be seated.
I understand that there is a verdict. You may bring the jury. Thank you. Madam Forlady, if you'll stand for me. Have you reached a verdict?
Yes, sir, we have.
Is it unanimous?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, if you will pass it up to the clerk, who will pass it to me. And you may be seated. The defendant will rise. Madam Clerk, you may publish the verdict starting with the back, not with the, let's see, I'll tell you again. Starting with the back, flipping them over one by one. State of South Carolina versus.
Docket number 2022 GS 15-00592, the State of South Carolina, County of Colleton, in the Court of General Sessions in the term of 2022, July, the State versus Richard Alexander Murdaugh, defendant, indictment for murder, SC Code 16-3-0010, CDR Code 0116. Okay. Guilty verdict. Signed by the forelady, 3/2/23. Docket number 2022-GS-15-00593, the State of South Carolina, County of Colleton, in the Court of General Sessions, the July term of 2022. The State versus Richard Alexander Murdaugh, defendant, indictment for murder, SC Code 16-3-0010, CDR Code 0116, verdict guilty, signed by the forelady, date 3/2/23. Docket number 2022-GS-15-00595, the State of South Carolina, County of Colleton, Court of General Sessions, July term 2022. The State versus Richard Alexander Murdaugh, defendant, indictment for possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime, SC Code -16-23-0490, CDR Code 0549, verdict guilty, signed by the foreperson of the jury, date 3/2/23. Docket number 2022 GS-15-00594, the State of South Carolina, County of Colleton, Court of General Sessions, July term 2022. The State versus Richard Alexander Murdaugh, defendant, indictment for possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime, SC Code 16-23-0490, CDR Code 0549, verdict guilty, signed by the foreperson of the jury, 3/2/23.
Thank you. Madam Forelady and members of the jury, if that is the verdict of each and every juror, please let it be known by raising your right hands. All right, thank you. Any individual polling requested? Madam Clerk, you'll need to individually poll the jury according to their juror numbers.
Number 193. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 254.
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 326. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 530. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 544.
Yes.
Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 572. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 578. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 589. Was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 630. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 729. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 826. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror 864. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Your Honor, the jury has been polled.
Thank you. The jury has been polled and the verdict is a unanimous verdict. If you will bring the alternate juror out and have her have a seat in the audience, please. You can stand there or you can sit back there, whatever you prefer. Okay. Are there any post-trial motions?
None from the state, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we would just renew our previously argued motions for a directed verdict, and at this, on the grounds, on those grounds, we would make a motion for a mistrial and to set aside the verdict.
By the state, response.
Your Honor, based on our previous arguments, we would submit that the case properly went to the jury and the verdict is proper, and would rely on those arguments.
We've been here now 28 days, first few days of jury selection, and the remainder receiving testimony, an overwhelming amount of testimony and evidence that was presented to the jury for the jury's consideration. As I indicated to the jury during the jury charge, or the charge on the law, that this was a matter solely for the jury to determine. The court found at the end of the state's case that there's sufficient evidence to find the defendant guilty if the evidence was believed by the jury. Likewise, at the end of the defense's case, when the motion was renewed, the court found that the evidence was sufficient for the jury to find the defendant guilty. The jury has now considered the evidence for a significant period of time, and the evidence of guilt is overwhelming, and I deny the motion.
Recordings just got better.
Mr. Murdaugh, you now having been found guilty of 2 counts of murder involving your wife and your son, 2 counts of possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. The burden now comes upon the court to impose a sentence. Given the lateness of the hour and the victims' rights that must be taken into consideration and complied with under the Victims' Bill of Rights, and consider what I would anticipate to be a number of people who might have something to say regarding sentencing. We will defer sentencing to a later date. Of course, the minimum sentence for murder is 30 years. The maximum sentence is life imprisonment. As to each count, and on the weapons charge, the sentence is up to 5 years, or 5 years, which has to be concurrent if a life sentence is imposed. When would you all like to reconvene for sentencing? I would like to give everyone an adequate opportunity to prepare for it.
State will be ready at 9:30 in the morning, Your Honor. State will be ready at 9:30 in the morning.
We could do it at 9:30 tomorrow morning also.
All right. The defendant is remanded to the custody of the Colleton County Sheriff's Department. And he may be taken away.
Okay, so the next segment, I'm going to dissect 3 points here: his body language, I'm going to dissect his son's body language, which will prove to what I told you in the last video I made about Murdaugh, that his son doesn't like him. Please. And then we're also going to talk about a little bit more about him and his narcissistic ways and how it really caught up to him. Let's go. At first glance, he is nervous. And the reason why he is nervous is because narcissists have a massive insecurity block. So as much as he might tell you, I'm confident, he's not. And that nervosity is because he knows he's guilty. And in his mind, is like, did I convince them enough? That's the nervosity. Fidgeting, not sure, trying to distract himself. And in the middle of that, as he turns around and looks, it's a way to self-tell himself, oh, I got this. But then it flips back and forth between crap. He looks down, stoic face. And right there, when this contraction in his mouth and his jaw, when this contraction in his mouth and his jaw, it's him going back and forth between, I got this, I don't have this. I got this, I don't have this. Now let's look at when the guilty verdict was actually read. Look at his heart rate, how it increases.
Guilty verdict. Signed by the forelady, 3/2/23.
Do you see that? It's almost as if he was going to collapse. It's not that. It's a concaveness of the chest. It's a physiological response to a massive surge of cortisol. If your stress hormone went through the roof and was guilty, to the point where it actually takes your breath away. You know when you have heart palpitations caused by that? That's what it is. That's what it is. There's a surge of, and your body doesn't like that. And it's trying to get control of itself. It's trying to get to homeostasis. And that is that. That's what you see. But he doesn't want you to see that he's sweating, because in his mind, he's trying to control the narrative. In his twisted mind, he thinks by being stoic and a man, that means that he's innocent. Actually, it's the opposite. An innocent person that is found guilty, you are collapsing. What do you mean I'm guilty? What? Because the innocent person would not be worried about a narrative, would not be worried about creating a story. They'll be so concerned with the moment. In this situation, he is still trying to control an outward image. Right? I'm unbothered. No, if you look very closely, look, I'm going to resume it.
2022 GS-15.
His blinking is increased. Tension in his jaw has activated. He's clenching his jaw. I told you, one way to control the outward expression of the increase of cortisol is to tense. When you actively tense, you can control up to a certain point uncontrollable tremors or twitches, which can happen. But by activating your muscle, right, by actually clenching, you can almost control it up to a point, because there's a moment where the autonomous system takes over. You can only control that so much. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's clenching. He's clenching. He's clenching. There's tension. That tension prevents involuntary movements, which we will be able to see. He is controlling what you see. He's controlling what you might think. The idiot still hasn't understood that he's guilty. Yeah, this is his son. After not only the guilty verdict was read, not only the juror was like, yeah, motherfucker, mother effer, he's guilty. Sorry. Clearly I'm going to beep that. Look at him.
826. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Juror
I want you to look how he looks at the juror when they say yes.
864. Was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Uninterested. You know this position right here? You know this? You know what this means in terms of body language? It's a comfortable. I'm comfortable. It's not a worried thing. It's almost as if the son knew. The son is unbothered. The son is like, why am I here? I'm only here for show, but yeah. Unimpressed, unsurprised, uninterested, detached. That's what it means. This is not a son. There's no emotion going towards the father. And let me tell you something, that speaks volumes. It speaks volumes in many separate ways. There's no relationship between that father and his son, even before and after. Because you know what? Look, let's just say, if my mother, when I'm very close to her, my mother committed a crime of her being guilty, of course I'm melting. Of course I'm in all these states. Of course I'm like, right? Good red hair though, right? Today, oh God, time. I'm good. Today I was talking to one of my clients and I was like, you have no, I said to my client, I think I have a hair fetish. And he goes, what? What are you talking about? And my client, he's a dermatologist. And I said, I don't think it's a sexual fetish. I think it's just an appreciation fetish because every time there's like thick, luscious, oily hair, I go, wow, wow, nice hair. Look at that. How interesting. Look, it's weird. Aren't you weird? You're weird too, so shut up. All right, look, let's go. The son, he's not interested. Not interested. Not interested. But in my short research that I had to do, the time is kicking my ass right now. I'm going to get you. I'm going to win. How narcissistic of me. Anyway, let's look at this part right here. Okay, when he gets handcuffed and turns around and looks at his son. Look.
Colleton County Sheriff's Department.
Look at the son. Uninterested. Looking back at his father like, MF, who the hell do you think you are? And he murmurs and says something to his son. All right? Apparently, what he said is this. Check this out.
There was the former Attorney General of South Carolina was in the courtroom sitting right in front of Buster. And he went on television afterwards saying that he witnessed Alec, as he was walking out in cuffs, turn and mouth the words to Buster, I'm sorry, I love you. That's what the former Attorney General, Charlie Condon, said on television, on a local TV channel, just as Dad was getting cuffed and being ready to be taken out. So that's him on just to the left of Buster. That's Attorney General Charlie Condon, former Attorney General of South Carolina.
I'm sorry and I love you. Shut up. Shut up. This is not a manipulation technique. It's not a way to gather sympathy. To gather sympathy. So, let me show you this part in regards to Mr. Murdaugh, body language and pompousness and idiocies, nincompoopness. Time is clicking my ass now. Look at that. Okay, check this out.
They are dead, aren't they?
Yes, sir. That's what it looks like.
Ray. I just call it, man. Where are you now? All right. Yeah, the police are here now. The police are here now. That's my brother.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna go through all that. I put that down because I want you to see how clean his shirt is. This is the night of the murder. Honey, this is the night when he's like, I touched my wife, I touched my kid. Look how clean this MF looks. Are you out of your mind? Are you insane? Look at that. And this is what he wants us to believe. This is like, I'm telling you, man, it doesn't even make sense, but he thinks we're going to swallow that stupid pill because he believes we are stupid. He believes we are stoops. How annoying is that? please, throughout the entire trial, acting like we are the ones who are crazy. Are you serious? You killed your son. And apparently, this is how it went. He shot his son. And then the mother was like, my baby! Ran to the rescue of her son, and he gunned her down. Are you insane? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? What? I call her absentee mom on the last stuff, but listen to me very closely, because I believe as much as annoying the son was, and as much as maybe the mom was absentee, they did not deserve to be gunned down like that. As a matter of fact, I believe that the mother and the son were crying for help. Do you want to know why? Because the mother married to a Murdaugh family. Please. Annoying Murdaugh. Annoying! She's probably like, oh my God, I have to cover again? A lifetime of covering crimes. What do you think that does to an outsider who marries into a family like that? I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'll be drinking also. What? We have to cover every single time for this and this and that? Yes, I'll be drinking myself to sleep also. You have your 11-year-old son over here who's acting a complete idiot. What? Drinking, being drunkard at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? Are you serious? Are you serious? What kind of parenting is that? It's a complete detachment of anything. The son was probably like, where are my parents? Where are my parents? The mom is like, I can't cover anything else. I can guarantee you, allegedly, I can get lawsuits. I can guarantee you their behavior with the mother and the son was because they probably didn't like where they are. They probably were like wiggling away, but they couldn't get away because the Murdaugh was suffocating the head out of them. This is what I believe. This is what I believe. But no, this stupid nincompoop of this, what's his name? Alec Murdaugh. This stupid idiot went there and gunned down his son. What? What? I don't even care if the son was not his. What? This is what annoys me, and that he has the balls to come up here on TV and tell us we are stupid? Please. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look. Time. 2 minutes. Let's watch this.
Did you kill Maggie? No. Did I kill my wife? Yes, sir. No, David. Do you know who did? No, I do not know who did.
What's important here is look at that leg being crushed. Murdaugh is being so defensive. He is crossing his legs and he is holding his arm. I'm telling you, guys, look, this is not even from a body language expert. This is for someone who studies science and I'm molecular biologist. Get out of here. One thing I know, as human beings, we have free will up to a certain point. You could change my behavior by injecting me with the right chemical. Yes, please. When you smoke that ganja, you're going to act differently. You think it's because you want to? No, it's because there's something in there interacting with something. Those cortisol, all those hormones that he's going through is making him act a certain kind of way. Crossing your legs, grabbing your arm. He's holding tight. Because when you squeeze and tighten, it's not easy for the eyes to perceive that. So you're allowed to go through a stress response covertly. Yeah, it's an evolutionary adaptation because we live in social groups. Do you think those caveman, wrong word, please don't get at me. Those, it's a wrong word, but use caveman. You see, do you think those cavemen, when they committed murder back in the cave time, they had to hide it? There was no forensic stuff. So did you kill him? No, I didn't. Yeah. He's acting like, look at that. Completely detached, disengaged, crossed legs, lean back, completely off the chart.
Did you kill Paul? No, I did not kill Paul. Do you know who did? No, sir, I do not know who did. Do you think I killed Maggie? I have to go where the evidence and the fact I understand that.
That interruption, he didn't finish the sentence. I understand that. It's because he's offended. He's offended. You might ask yourself, well, yeah, if someone accuses me, time is kicking my ass. If someone accuses me of murdering my spouse and my child, I'll be offended. But here's the difference. The difference is that the evidence pointed towards him. Right? evidence pointed towards him. He's very self-conscious about it. And a narcissist can't control the narrative. If he can't control the narrative, what does he do? He ghosts you or he gets challenging or violent. He can't run away here. Yeah, this is why in the court of law, honey, these efforts don't know what to do with themselves. Because in real life, they will either assault you or walk away. In the court of law, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I got to say, look, let's go to my thoughts. Number one, let's go. This case has so many loose ends. That's why it was very confusing and very annoying to follow because you didn't know where to turn your head on. I totally get it. And I know you guys don't like the Murdaugh situation. I happen to enjoy, I was watching in the background, taking so many notes, and I'm so behind on reporting because I was too busy taking notes and having a life. But, no, listen, this is justice. It's not justice for Mallory, this is my opinion, but this is justice for the mom and for Paul. They deserve justice. And let me tell you something. I hope this is a lesson to all those powerful families acting a fool, thinking that you are above anything else in the law. It only takes one stupid of your generation like a Murdaugh, of Alec Murdaugh, to bring your whole operation down. So learn your lessons and act accordingly and appropriately. All right, let's go to the next segment. But first, I do have to take a break. I'm recording this literally on Friday. And I have work. I have work. I'm going to go work a little bit. Oh, I'm late. I'm going to work a little bit. And I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I want to show you something else. And this was recorded when he was in jail and he's speaking to his son, Buster. So let's listen to it. And then I'm going to make a comment. And then I'm going to make you hear it again.
Well, I think it does matter, man. I don't think I mean, something's got to give. I mean, I understand that you've done illegal shit, but that doesn't mean you can just, turn a cold shoulder to the laws of the United States.
Allegedly done illegal stuff. I'm kidding. Anyway, but it is what it is, It is what it is.
Okay. Keep in mind the context, because context is everything, right? Right? A context. Murdaugh is talking to his son Buster, and the son said, look, I know you've done illegal poop, but it's not a reason to throw the cold shoulder to the law. The in-between here is that it is no secret the level of criminalities that family has been privy to, has been exposed to, have done illegal stuff to. And not only was it an open secret within the family, allegedly, based on the comfortability of this phone call, but it even speaks volume as to, I wouldn't be surprised if Buster did some busting thing that required the Murdaugh to help Buster to bust out of potential busting crime. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? It's almost as if his own son is like, okay, Dad, I know we're criminals, allegedly, but might be a little too big. Too comfortable to speak so greasy at a jail phone call. They're not stupid. I mean, okay, they are stupid, but we all know jail phone calls are recorded, right? Look how casual they speak about their alleged criminalities. Right? The in-between here is the relationship between father and son. Even in the tone of voice of Buster, he knows very well his father is guilty. He's like, Dad, how dare you? Just come clean. What are you doing? Right? And when Murdaugh responds, like, yeah, I've never done anything illegal, something along those lines. I play it again, right? The son doesn't reply, right? Because Alec replies like, I've never done illegal stuff as a giggling moment. The son didn't even reply to that comment. In other words, they're not even on the same wavelength. The father over on the other line are not on the same wavelength with the son. The son is not kidding. The son is not joking. He's not in a joking mood. My mother and brother are dead. This is not a time to make a joke, father, right? And then there's an awkward pause, and Murdaugh's like, it is what it is. That it is what it is speaks also to his current mind state at that time. It means he believes he's going to get out of here. He believes he's going to walk out. Don't they all believe they're just going to walk out of here and, she's going to have a drink and walk in high heels and have a good old time, right? I'm with you soon. He is like, I study criminals. I know exactly what I'm doing. He is, he called up his parents. He's like, oh, please, I'll walk out of here also. Please, this kid's going to have some serious therapy to do. And this nincompoop over here believes he's going to walk out also out of the dungeon. I had to decline this phone call. I don't want to talk to that person. I'll tell you in a less talk segment who that was. Anyway. Why is the dog barking? Who's here? Murders? Anyway, my whole point of this, first of all, I don't want to turn off the new people. Oh, let's listen to it again, and then I'll let my condition take over.
Well, I think it does matter, man. I don't think something's got to give. I understand that you've done illegal shit, but that doesn't mean you can just, turn a cold shoulder to the laws of the United States.
Allegedly done illegal stuff. I'm kidding. Anyway, but it is what it is, It is what it is.
Okay, so he said allegedly done illegal stuff. Giggle. The son didn't reply because the son knows exactly. Honey, there's no alleges going on here, Dad. Anyway, this speaks volume. This recording, it speaks volume of their interaction, of their relationship, as to why Buster didn't seem interested at all in his father's trial, because Buster believed his father is completely guilty. Please. He's only there. Who is barking? Someone is here. 1 second. Okay. It's a friend. He just walked by. Unannounced, by the way. It's okay. I'll talk to him a little bit. You can come by. I need you to tell me when you're coming by. I'll deal with him later. Anyway, what was I gonna say? All right. So yeah, this speaks volume of the relationship between the two of them. That's why Buster is not interested at all in anything the father has to say or do, because he knows the father is guilty as hell. Dad, you murder mom and you kill my brother. Are you out of your mind? Don't even speak to me. Next segment. Ridiculous. He got sentenced today. 1 second. There you go. I'm hiding the credit card here. Some people are like, what is that? What is that? I never get to address it because I always forget to address it. Maybe I'll remember and let's talk. Anyway, that's not the point. Let's listen to the sentencing situation. Murdaugh has something to say. Murdaugh has something to say. Murdaugh has something to say.
Your Honor, Mr. Griffin and I would have no comment. The defendant would like to address the court, though.
Mr. Murdaugh.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm innocent. I would never hurt my wife, Maggie, and I would never hurt my son, Paw Paw.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sit down.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. Of all these criminals of criminalities, has any one of them really said they were guilty? Has anyone accepted the guilty verdict? Has there ever been a criminal who did not appeal? Okay, there has, but you know what I'm trying to say. Please, this is expected. Not even surprised. Of course he's innocent. Of course he didn't do it. Of course. Shocker. Tell me something I don't know, Mr. Murdaugh. Nice prison clothes. Look at that. Good fabric. Ironed. Very well ironed. Tax dollars to play.
Anything further?
I don't think further comment is necessary, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Murdaugh, if you'll come before the court for sentencing. This has been perhaps one of the most troubling cases, not just for me as a judge, for the state, for the defense team, but for all of the citizens in this community, all the citizens in this state, and as we've seen based on the media coverage throughout the nation. You have a wife who's been killed, murdered, a son savagely murdered, a lawyer, a person from a respected family who has controlled justice in this community for over a century.
Yeah.
A person whose grandfather's portrait hangs at the back of the courthouse that I had to have ordered removed in order to ensure that a fair trial was had by both the state and the defense. And I've sat through the trial. Not only have I sat through the trial, but also as the presiding judge of the state grand jury, sat through and participated in the issuance of search warrants of various sorts, bond hearings, and have had to consider many things. And we have this case, and I'm also assigned to preside over 99 others, at least 99 other cases. Though testimony has come up regarding many of those other cases, I will not make any comment with regard to any other pending matter, as I have been assigned those cases as well. It's also particularly troubling, Mr. Murdaugh, because as a member of the legal community and a well-known member of the legal community, you've practiced law before me, and we've seen each other at various occasions throughout the years. And it was especially heartbreaking for me to see you go in the media from being a grieving father who lost a wife and a son to being the person indicted and convicted of killing them. And you've engaged in such duplicitous conduct.
Okay.
Here in the courtroom, here on the witness stand.
Okay.
And as established by the testimony, throughout the time leading from the time of the indictment and prior to the indictment throughout the trial to this moment in time, certainly you have no obligation to say anything other than saying not guilty. And obviously, as appeals are probably expected or absolutely expected, I would not expect a confession of any kind. In fact, as I've presided over murder cases over the past 22 years, I have yet to find a defendant who could go there, who could go back to that moment in time when they decided to pull the trigger or to otherwise murder someone. I have not been able to get anyone, any defendant, even those who have confessed to being guilty, to go back and explain to me what happened at that moment in time when they opted to pull the trigger.
I'm sorry, I have to interject here. Because, look, I didn't see this. I'm watching this with you. If you watched it, great. But listen to me. This is significant that a professional, this is a judge of 20-something years, he said he hasn't met a single one of those monstrous guilty people to say that, oh, look at that, I pulled the trigger because XYZ. And I was just talking to you, like, as this guy was talking, that was really going through my mind. I was like, I don't understand the scene of events. Listen to me very closely. To commit a murder, there is intentional murder, by the way. It's premeditated. You wake up in the morning, you say, today I'm going to get you. You go to the store, you buy the rope, you buy the bleach. There's so many steps from start to finish to the end of life. At what moment do you go, this is not a good idea? Okay, fine. You accuse, you blame the drugs, you blame this, you blame that. But honey, the premeditation is humongous. And I'm telling you, it's because I believe in every single criminal, especially the ones who are hard criminal, like the murderers. They're all narcissists. And in their mind, I guarantee you, allegedly, I guarantee you, in their mind, they think they are the one in the history of histories that will be the one to get away. In their mind, they believe, please, I can just cry myself out of this crime. Please, I can just study myself out of this crime. Please, I can just be nice out of this crime. Please. Right? I get with her in a little bit. 1 second. And him, anyway. Right? Because in their mind, they believe that they are God's gift. It's them. They will be the one that will prove everybody wrong. Idiots. You have no idea how infuriating they get me. You have no idea how infuriating. And I don't want to take too much talking. Let's press play.
When they opted to commit the most heinous crimes known to man. In this case, qualifies under our death penalty statute based on the statutory aggravating circumstances of 2 or more people being murdered by the defendant by one act or pursuant to one scheme or course of conduct. I don't question at all the decision of the state not to pursue the death penalty. But as I sit here in this courtroom and look around the many portraits of judges and other court officials and reflect on the fact that over the past century, your family, including you, have been prosecuting people here in this courtroom, and many have received the death penalty, probably for lesser conduct.
That was a hidden message. To me, that was a hidden message. That judge is saying your family was able to get you out of the death penalty, Murdaugh. Just like your family was able to get your son out of sexual assault, allegedly, your son out of assault, allegedly, your son out of murder, allegedly. Please, I can go on the list. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that, guilty as hell. Grandpa still comes to help me. Freaking hell. Yeah. Yeah.
Remind me of the expression you gave on the witness stand. Was it tangled?
Tangled web, we weave.
Oh, what tangled web we weave. What did you mean by that?
It meant when I lied, I continue to lie.
And the question is, when will it end? When will it end? And it's ended already for the jury because they've concluded that you continued to lie and lied throughout your testimony. And perhaps with all the throng of people here, they, for the most part, all believe, or 80, 90%, 99% believe that you continue to lie now when your statement of denial
Yep.
to the court.
Yes.
Perhaps you believe that it does not matter, that there's nothing that can mitigate a sentence given the crimes that were committed. You know, a notice of alibi was filed in this case by counsel in November, and we conducted a hearing, pretrial hearing, in which you claimed to have been someplace else at the time the crime was committed. Then, after all of the witnesses placed you at the scene of the crime, at the last minute, or last minutes or days, you switch courses and admitted to being there. And then that necessitated more lies and continued to lie. And I say, where will it end? It's already ended for many who have heard you and concluded that it'll never end. But within your own soul, you have to deal with that. And I know you have to see Paul and Maggie during the night times when you're attempting to go to sleep.
Oh, that judge was like, honey, you're going to suffer in there for the rest of your life. Listen to me very closely. This is the thing with narcissists. This is the thing with narcissists, true narcissists. It's that they, it's a self-esteem disorder. It's a disorder. It's a medical diagnosis situation. Do you understand? Well, he's alleged narcissist. Get your two sticks out. But listen to me. The thing is that they can't help it. A narcissist will never tell you the truth because their truth is their shame. If they tell you the truth, their perception of themselves is literally no clothes on. I forgot the expression. I'm probably no clothes on. I don't know. Whatever. But their perception of themselves is not great. And so they have to create a story around themselves. That's why they can't help but lie. They have to create a reason as to why you saw a glimpse of their real shell, why you saw what you saw. Oh, but there's always a story behind the story. The problem is when you create a web of lies, you have to keep up with all that. Honey, I can't remember what I ate last week for dinner. What? Judge is good, isn't he? The judge is letting him have it. The judge is like, look, your family may have gotten you out of death penalty, but I'm not going to spare you my inner windows. Is it inner windows? Or because the judge is being shady, I didn't mean to interrupt. Let's press play. So much going on here, you have no idea.
I'm sure they come and visit you. I'm sure.
All day and every night.
Yeah, I'm sure. And they will continue to do so. And reflect on the last time they looked you in the eyes, as you looked the jury in the eyes. I don't know person who's always been such a gregarious, friendly person can cause your life to be tangled in such a web, such a situation that yours have spun into, and it's so unfortunate because you had such a lovely family of such friendly people, including you, and to go from that to this.
So to pause it there really quickly, that's also a typical symptoms of a family that is ran by narcissists, because on the outside it looks all lovely and happy, but on the inside it's a complete toilet bowl. The judge was like, I don't understand how someone so happy and glorious and have such a good family could have such dysfunction. What you don't know is that being around a narcissist is exhausting. You have to tell them how amazing they are every day. You're so beautiful. You are everything I ever wanted. You are just everything in the world. You know how exhausting that is? A human being is like this, right? Do you understand? So it's inhuman to constantly be in the same constant state of emotion. It's human to have anger. And so when you have someone like those people who spend so much effort in this image, honey, that means the inside is a complete poop show. Yeah. What? How you doing today? Great. How you doing today? Great. How you doing today? Great. Liar. Right? No, that's a good symptoms, and that happens a lot on families with with a name. It's all about the name, darling. It's all about the name. It's all about the name. No, F the name. Today I don't want to talk to you. Today I don't want to do that. Right? No, you must do it because we're Murdaughs.
Your license to practice law has been stripped.
Who cares?
Away from you.
He's going to go to jail forever.
You turn from lawyer to witness. And now have an opportunity to make your final appeal as an ex-lawyer. And it's it's really surprising that you're waiving this right at this time. And if you opt to do so, it's on you. You're not compelled to say anything. But you have the opportunity to do so.
Judge, I tell you again, I respect this court, but I'm innocent. I would never, under any circumstances, hurt my wife, Maggie, and I would never, under any circumstances, hurt my son, Paw.
Well, and it might not have been you. It might have been the monster you become when you take 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 opioid pills. Maybe you become another person. I've seen that before. The person standing before me was not the person who committed the crime, though it's the same individual. We'll leave that at that. I can just imagine on that day, June 7th, when a lawyer is confronted and confesses to having stolen over $500,000 from a client. And he has a tiger like Mark Tinsley on his tail pursuing discovery in the case involving the death of Mallory Beach. And having a father, for the most part, on his deathbed. I could imagine, or really can't imagine, but I know it had to have been quite a bit going through your mind on that day.
Mm-hmm.
But amazingly, to have you come and testify that it was just another ordinary day.
Good observation.
That my wife and son and I were out just enjoying life.
Ooh.
Not credible, not believable. You can convince yourself about it, but obviously you have the inability to convince anyone else about that. So if you made any such arguments as a lawyer, you would lose every case of that, like that. Cases you will never have an opportunity to argue anymore, except perhaps your own as you sit in the Department of Corrections.
What?
Anything further?
The judge was absolutely shady. Around the end there, he's pretty much told him, you're a liar, you're a terrible liar. If you lie like that in real life, you would have lost every single cases you have. Not only are you a terrible liar, but you can't even lie to save your own life. Okay, so you're sentenced to life. Woo, the judge was shady boots. Okay? Okay? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, I applaud the juror for showing his face. If I was ever a juror for anything, look, they always kick me out. I'm too easily influenced. I never make it. But I would never show my face. What? But I would tell the juicy stories behind closed doors, though. Absolutely. I'd be like, look, this is what happened. My God, do you know what happened? I would never show my face. I'm too skittish. I'm nervous being here in front of you. What? Yeah.
What made you so sure that he had?
His responses, how quick he was with the defense, and his lies, steady lies.
Did you feel like he was a liar?
A good liar, but not good enough.
Moyer also not convinced by moments like this. Alec appearing emotional on the stand.
What did you think when Alec Murdaugh took the stand?
I didn't think much of him.
Really?
Really. I didn't see any true remorse or any compassion or anything.
Even though he cried a lot on the stand.
He never cried.
He never cried. What do you mean by that?
All he did was blow snot.
Did you not see tears?
No tears.
How did you know he wasn't crying?
Because I saw his eyes.
Do you know why I really harped on that? Because I think people really underestimate your capability. You as a human being, do not underestimate your, what they call, instinct. Look, I say all the time, you might think you're not an animal. We are animals, darling. And you might think we're not scientific beings. But you, with the right amount of a chemical, you will act a certain kind of way. Evolution formed us. And we are designed to pick up on emotions. Subtle cues, you can pick it up. Your eyeballs are not useless. And what that guy is telling you, and this is what some people might be like, well, why are you supposed to act? Honestly, this is why you just let it go. If you're innocent, let yourself feel. You would act like people will see it. People will see when you're genuine. People will see, someone will see if you're lying. Listen, if you stick around to my final talk, I keep saying that, I keep forgetting to bring it up, but this time I have some time, so I'll bring it up. I bring it up. I live by a principle, and it has never failed me yet. People have been criticized for it in business. I've been criticized for it in my personal life, but honey, I'm still standing and you're not. I know, look, they closed business. Listen, they were making fun of me. They're no longer in business. It's important. Anyway, let's go to my final talk. Stick around. I'll tell you the story. Do you know after his wife and son were murdered? I burped. We're friends. He, instead of being, like, oh my God, let's just say if he was innocent, he went and he hired he's one of the person he knows to pretend to kill him, and a plot for hire, plot for hire, whatever. He hired someone to act like they were going to kill him. Is this what you would do if your spouse and son were suddenly murdered? You would go and hire someone. Hey, let me give you this amount of money, pretending you're going to kill me for whatever fraud and situations. This is a fraudster. Not only did he steal client money, he stole money from his clients. That's a lawyer. Stole money from his clients. What kind of integrity is that? If you don't have integrity, you don't have anything at all. This is the quality of man Murdaugh was. And listen to me very closely. A man like that personality rubs on. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised his sons are the way they are, or were. One of them were. I'm not surprised. Look, it took me a very long years of therapy to get all of us to get out under the yoke of our dad. But if you're not self-aware enough, you can go a certain kind of way. That's not even the point. The point is that this guilty verdict speaks volume. I guarantee you it will send shockwaves to all those big families who are accustomed to hiding stuff. It will send shockwaves. They will go on a drawing board and think about certain kind of things. Yeah. Yes. This was an incredible story, and unfortunately I got to it a little bit too late because but it's okay. It's okay. Things happen. You can't be perfect at everything, right? You can't be good at everything. Some things you suck at, right? And okay, let me tell you what's the principle. PACT, the word PACT. This is why it's important that you live your life with the concept of not trying to hurt someone. I know it's hard, and in some cases it's impossible. But the purpose here is not for perfection. The purpose here is to keep that mindset. Because as you move along, there'll be instances where you will have options. And it's always good to go with the options that doesn't create crazy ripple effect. Because you don't know what that particular person is going through, and you don't know when that person might be able to come back and help you out. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know it's very grown up, and it's very like, oh my God, no, please. No. I'm not asking for perfection, but I'm asking every move you make, every word you say, every decision you make, every thought you have, that you try to have it with some modicum of decency for the person receiving it to the best of your abilities. That's it. It's important. And that's what PACT stands for. What is peace for? Peace. What's peace? Accept who you are. Please accept everything about you. The good, the bad, the ugly. Accept it. Because you're not going to run away from it. Accept everything about you. Once you accept everything about you, your flaws, the good stuff, then you create boundaries based on who you are, right? That's the A stands for action, because those boundaries are important. Do not let anyone cross those boundaries, right? Because that's infringing onto your sense of self. Now, action means that you meet like whoever crosses the boundaries, you meet them with the appropriate response. So you don't want to be, you don't want to bury them if they do a mistake, right? Because that's where the C comes in. Compassion. You want to make action with compassion. Understand that this person is a human who made a mistake. All right. It's not the end of the world if they cross a line. Don't go there and completely them. No. You got to meet it with the right action. It could be a warning. Hey, I don't like the way you did that. Please don't do that again. It could be that. Or like, hey, I told you, don't talk to me like that, right? I don't like the way you talk to me like that. I don't like the way that makes me feel. You meet them. You let them know your red line. And tolerance. That's T for the N. Why tolerance? Because nobody's perfect. You think just because you told them don't do it, they won't do it again? Please, they might do it again. 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 It's part of being human. I'm telling you, being human is not a constant. What? Have you met someone who's consistently all the time, consistent? Please name one. Exactly, no one. So, a constant doesn't exist. That's perfection. When have you seen that? It doesn't exist. So you have to be tolerant enough. Yes, you told that person, but they might have a bad day and they might sleep up. Oops. Okay. Sorry. Do you know what I mean? You can't cut off everybody, and you can't just fight everybody all the time, right? It needs to be within a certain construct, right? You create your red lines, but I would assume one red line for everybody. Like if you threaten my life, honey, you're cut, right? I assume. But that's what PACT stands for. That's how I operate my life, which means I most likely won't be a criminal. Definitely not like that kind of criminal. And I'm too afraid of the government, so I definitely won't be a white collar criminal. Blue collar? I don't think so. That's a blue collar crime. Does that even exist? I don't even know. But white collar crime? No, probably not. I'm too afraid of Uncle Sam, and I have too much to lose. I got a daughter. Are you crazy? I got a daughter. What? No, I stay in my corner watching TV. Anyway, let's go to my Let's Talk. Let's Talk for the guests who are new here. I love Let's Talk. I don't have to worry about murderers, etc., etc. I'll tell you the story, but let's talk. I have red lines. I'm a nice man. Don't cross my line. And I'm not so nice. I have a temper. I'm unforgiving. I have red lines. Don't play with me. But, I have compassion and I have tolerance. Oh, God, do I. Yeah, I do. Because even in my bouts of anger, I catch myself a lot. This was not supposed to come out today. This is filmed, edited in the same day. What? One, my rental, the tenant was a complete disaster and destroyed the place. She cost me $20,000 worth of damage. Okay? Now, who's going to pay for that? Me. Eviction moratorium. Oh my God, let's not talk about that, but that's not a problem. Someone has to pay for that. I have to pay for that. You think money grows on trees? No. So, okay, be nice. Anyway, long story short, we got her out, okay? I have full legal right to go after my money, $20,000, please. And I was furious because that's a red line. Don't take money out of my daughter. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, I'm lured up. I'm coming after you. For my kids' money. That's not my money. Please, that's for my kids. I'm coming after you. But I was full of anger. But you know what happened? We went all the way. I got lowered up. I tracked her. I see her. I know. Please. She had 28. She has, as of today, is it today? As of whatever, this year, $28,000 in the bank of savings. How do I know that? I won't tell you, but I can find out. And the lawyer's like, okay, well, everything's ready. Do we pull the trigger? Because, the statute of limitation here, sir. And I said, okay, wait a minute. Single mother, by the way. And I was like, 28,000 in the bank, 20,000 in the bank, 20,000 in the bank. And I said, okay, look, okay. I went back to my office. I turned everything off. And I said to myself, I said, okay, think carefully, right? And look, I'm in a circle with business people and they laugh at me all the time. They say I am stupid. They call me an idiot. They say, they laugh at me. They go like I'm a terrible, and they call me terrible. They say like I don't know what I'm doing. They call me stupid, please. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. No. So I'm here in the office and I have a spouse. Yeah, ripple effect, right? That she destroyed my property, $20,000 worth. That's money out of my kids. And also I have a family. Please, what about me? Anyway, so I look at my spouse and I said, okay. I said, meeting. I said, here is the situation. Here is how much she has in the bank, but here's her situation, all right? But if you look at the middle, right, the real estate market out of control. And so I said to the lawyer, okay, be quiet. Because the lawyer was like, come on, please. The lawyer gets paid, of course. This is the best interest to move forward. So I said to the lawyer, I said, wait one second. I'm not done thinking. Okay? So I move at my own pace. I know, I move my own pace. So the lawyer was like, come on. And I said to Christopher, I said, okay, look, so here are all the numbers. If we get this, if we manage to do this, here's what we have. Yes, the 20,000 is a loss, but here's how much of a loss it is if we achieve this, right? And I said, if we achieve this, then we don't have to go after this 20,000. Yes, it's a loss, but it's not a big of a loss. Do you understand? I'm trying to say without saying too many numbers. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I said to the lawyer, I said, okay, look, here is the plan. If we hit this, let it go. And we hit it. I mean, we wanted to hit it because it was beneficial for us, but we hit it. And so we let it go and ended up not suing. There, $28,000. Can you imagine a single mother? I take $20,000 out of her savings. She has $8,000 left. Come on. Like, I understand. Like, my business people will be like, oh my God, like, then you're an idiot for renting for her. But yeah, I gave a gesture. I wanted to help her and I rented out to her and it bit me in the ass. I won't do it again. But, you know, like, that would have been such a big hammer down her head. I was like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I hate that. I hit that point, therefore I can absorb that. And that's what we did. So just another story to say, like, the way I operate, like, I have a lot of red lines and I take action, but I always think within the modicum of compassion and tolerance. Yeah. Now, except if you're my dad, honey, because he crossed so many red lines. No. All the way. This is war. Actually, me and my father and my mom, we are at war. We are at war. You know? No, we're going all out. But my mom was here and she left. She was here this week. She's in Canada right now. The trial starts on Monday, 6 days. War has started. He watches these videos and he watches till the end. I cannot tell you much. My mom didn't want to appear on camera. She said she's too focused to go to court. And Friday is her lawyer briefing. I can say that. Friday, the lawyer is briefing her. Lawyer briefed us already over here over the phone. We got a plan. Dad, we have a plan. And Dad, it's not going to work. I know what you did. I know what you did. I know what you're doing. Please, we all know what the hell's going on. No, and no, and no. No. And after this court situation, it's the end. Dad, you will never see her face again. Enjoy it. I can tell you that. I'm not telling you how we're going to do it, but I'll tell you when she comes back. Yeah, and I'll speak on that part. Can I ask? Ask permission. Yeah, I can speak on that because it won't speak of anything legalese, right? My mom is like, stop telling my business out there. But I do ask permission. And she's like, again, with that permission, stop it. I was like, I just got permission. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. My mom is African, okay? My mom is like, hey, Alistair, again? I said, yes, mom. My mom is African. Honey, she will speak to you like, hey, mais, Alistair, c'est quoi? Mais, problème encore? Mais, arrête. To outsiders, it sounds, you would seem like she's like scolding me. No, she's not. That's just how we talk. We talk like that. For that split moment, but then it goes back to the thing. That's why I say, like, you can say no to me all you want. It won't change the way I feel about you. If I like you, you say no to me, I still like you. Yeah. It's just that people get mad when I say no. And I'm like, oh my God. No, I don't want to do it. Leave me alone. Okay, I have to go and edit because this needs to be out today. I didn't even get to read the comments. My mom was here. I couldn't get in the comment because we were focusing on this trial on Monday. Today, this has to be out today. I'm funny, aren't I? Yeah. When my thing takes over, it's really funny because then I laugh at myself because I catch myself like, oh, what are you doing? Chris laughs at me all the time. By the way, last story. Get out. Last story. Then I have to go. Look. So, I live in Jersey here. Listen, I have a brook over there. Oh my God, it's a fun story with my trees. Someone said, show a picture of the garden. I will. When spring comes, when everything is sleeping and somewhat kind of opening up. They're going like this. What's going on? What's happening? Is it March? It shouldn't be March. It should be April. Listen, so weather alert. I got a weather alert. Coastal flooding warning. I said, coastal? Where's the water? Where's the coast? Where is the coast? Are you sure this is my house? Are you sure you're talking about here? So I go online and I go, oh my God, coastal flooding? What the F? All I have is a brook. Where's the freaking coast? Because, flash flood, sure, but coastal flooding? Okay, so I'm like, all right, coastal flooding. And then I go outside because, I talk to my trees. Look, all my trees are girls. And listen to me. Girls, we're going to war. With what? The weather. Listen to me very closely. So, a quick little science situation, right? So grass, useless. Grass absorbs water, does nothing for nature. Grass is useless. So my yard, it looks green. It looks green from far away. But then if you get really close, it's all weeds. Yeah. You have like dandelions. I hate when I do that. My brain goes blank. Dandelions. Doesn't come to my head. I would say cauliflower, not cauliflower. Anyway, it's all like natural. It's a natural yard, natural lawn. And in my natural lawn, I have my fruit trees, right? But listen, please. It wasn't thought like that, but it just happened to work like this. So I have so you have the brook, and you have my 2 figs. I have giant figs. 2 figs. So the brook is right here. I have 2 figs, one here, peaches, prunes. And right at the edge of the brook, there's like a line of sugar maples. Sorry. So, and my grass is naturalized lawn. It's not grass. It's like, prairie. So, we've had many flash floods. The water, look, everywhere else, the water floods a little bit. But my girls keeps the water at bay. No, I'm telling you. Because the figs are thirsty. They're naturally from the Mediterranean, so they're thirsty. They love water. Darling, if you bring water, they go. And then the natural lawn, the roots goes deep. And why? So there's a lot more biomass to absorb all this water. And every time there's a flash flood, I go outside and I go, girls, get to work. Chris laughs at me every time I do that. Because he's like, what, are you going to talk to your girls? Like, yep, I need to tell them we need help. So today I went outside and I said, okay, girls, we have coastal flooding happening. Protect us, okay? Protect us. We're a team here. And he laughs. I'm going to see if he has the video, because one time he took a video of me acting like that. You think I'm kidding? No, I'm not kidding. I'm proud of my girls. I'm proud of my girls. I work so hard for these damn trees, and I watch them. I just keep the balance. I just make sure there's no crazy pests and not too much of. And he took a video of me protecting them from the lantern flies. He's like, oh my God, Alistair, you are cuckoo. And I go, what? Cuckoo? They feed us. They give us fruits. But he has such a good laugh when I act like that. And I went outside and I was like, okay, girls, look, we got coastal flooding, okay? I don't want this water in my house, so you better hurry up and suck this water up. Look at this time. What? I would never edit in time. Bye, gotta edit. Goodbye. Murdaugh, get out of here. And Buster. And Maggie. Sorry, Maggie. She saw her son die and she ran to the rescue. Maggie. Ooh, I'm gonna cry. Bye.